Hi, my name is David Topprior, and today I'm going to explain what concept maps are, how they can be used to model learning, and take you through the process of creating a concept map. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to identify what concept maps are, how to read concept maps, and why they are an excellent tool to visually depict knowledge. You can basically use concept maps for any task that requires you to think about how ideas are put together or how they work in relation to other ideas. You get to practice hands-on with a free mind mapping tool called CMap Tools. This software is available for Windows, Mac, and Linux users, so it's pretty much any system. And so in order to download it, you have to go to this URL. So when you go to download CMap Tools, you'll be asked to register and provide some basic demographic information. What are concept maps? Concept maps are, at the core, models. When you think of a model, you think of abstract knowledge, information that represents processes and relationships, a way we use to understand and explain the world around us. Examples of models are found all over the place. If you're a chemistry student, you might use large foams to model a molecule. This might be a visual representation of what water looks like up close. If you are a quantitative researcher and wanted to see the relationship between two continuous variables, you might model this relationship in a regression equation and graph the data points on a line graph. So you see, modeling can be represented in equation form or in graphs. Here are examples of concept maps. You can see that they come in many different shapes, sizes, and color. However, they represent a knowledge network. Nodes are connected to each other, and the closer the nodes are, you'll start to see an overall pattern. You can group this overall pattern in clusters. So if you think of how memory works, we tend to group characteristics closely to each other and then associate those characteristics to an object. And so this is basically what a mind map does. It sort of groups nodes together into close relationships, and we can sort of see how they work within the cluster, but also in relation to other clusters. So what does a concept map look like? A concept map depicts relationships between various nodes. A node is a concept within a phenomena you are looking at and studying. The example that I have here shows the node asthma and the node disease. The first thing that I want to do is draw a relationship between the two nodes. So the relationship I draw is an arrow going from asthma to disease. The next thing I do is think up of a linking word that best describes the relationship between these two nodes. The phrase that I came up with is a type. So if you look at this relationship, it should read asthma is a type of a disease. That makes sense, right? The direction of the arrow goes from asthma to disease. If I drew the arrow the other way around and had the same linking word, it would read, disease is a type of asthma. Now that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, does it? Finally, when you have two nodes and a linking word, you create a preposition. So your concept map will contain different types of relationships and prepositions. You may have another node that says wheezing. If you use the linking word as a symptom, and an arrow going from wheezing to asthma, you create another preposition. And so this preposition would read, wheezing is a symptom of asthma. When you develop your concept map, make sure that you explore all the relationships between your nodes and linking them makes sense.